Removing backgrounds is just one of those things designers should learn. I found a few different ways of removing backgrounds in PowerPoint based on the great examples submitted from the user community. First, David showed the set transparency method for removing solid color backgrounds, followed by Stephanie, who showed a creative variation for removing backgrounds, and most recently, Tom demonstrated an efficient way of using the clipboard with shape fills. So playing off of these techniques, I found yet another way to remove backgrounds in PowerPoint. I'm starting off with this flattened image of a computer lab. I like the perspective of the computer and the desk in the front, but I don't need the rest of the computers in the background. So what I'm going to do is make a selection around the desk and the monitor. So let's start by clicking Insert, Shapes, and grab your Freeform tool. I'm going to plot out some points around the desk and the monitor. Keep in mind that if you are not happy with your selection, you can always modify it later. Which brings to mind that working with an image like this with so many flat lines and edges, it helps to create a much cleaner selection. So I'm going to close that off where I started. Okay, so there we go. We're done with that part. Now let's cut the background image to the clipboard. Control X. And now let's work with this. So double click on your shape that you created. And what that's going to do is bring up the Shape Styles menu. And click on the little icon in the corner, which is the Format Shape button. It'll bring up this menu. So you want to make sure Fill is selected. Then click the Picture or Texture Fill. And this is where Tom's suggestion really streamlined my whole selection process. Click Clipboard, and it'll fill the shape with the background image. It looks weird. We definitely don't want it to look like that. So check the Tile Picture as Texture box, and it will correct it. Next, what we're going to do is remove the outline around our shape. So click Line Color and then check the No Line option and close out of this window. Okay, so we want to edit our selection a little bit. As you can see, some of the background is bleeding through and we don't want that. So right click on your shape and drag these little handles closer to the monitor. And this will help that situation. Okay, so there we go. So this looks much better and much cleaner. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start building out my scene. So I'm just going to drag some elements, line that a little bit, send that to the back. Okay, I'm going to bring that in. Now for you overachievers out there, one way to add a little bit of elegance to your course is to soften the edges of your shape. So the way to do that is make sure you have your original image selected, double click, and it'll bring up your Shape Styles menu again. Click Shape Effects, Soft Edges, and choose a 1-point soft edge. And this will help your shape blend in much better with the background that you choose. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.